We welcome you back. It is halftime in San Diego inside the Pechanga Arena. The San Diego Strike Force leading your Northern Arizona Wranglers by the score of 31-24. James Poovey coming to you live here alongside my broadcast partners, Mr. Ed Cole and Parker Garash. Guys, that was a frenetic end of the first half right there. A lot of action on the field inside Pechanga Arena this afternoon.
Yeah, JPPG, that was a action-packed first 30 minutes of football. We knew it would be. These two teams are number 3 and number 4. They're battling for that third spot in the Western Conference, and you knew it was going to be back and forth. Nate Davis versus Josh Jones, two really good defenses as well. It's been so physical, PG, just from the point of contact. These guys are going for broke today.
Yeah, it's been a back and forth battle. A lot of costly penalties and turnovers. No, not turnovers per se, but a lot of costly penalties for us on the defense side. We almost had that stop there at the end of the second quarter with a very questionable touchdown. We're talking before we were on record, and it looked like it wasn't going to be, and then it was, and it looked like it was too close to call to overturn it. But it was a great challenge, honestly, by our coaching staff. But it's been back and forth. With San Diego up by 7, it's not going to stop here in the second half.
It's going to be a knockdown, drag-out second half. Let's take a look at some of those first half highlights right here. The offense was clicking. It was just a back-and-forth game all first half long. There you see R.Z. McCorker getting in for the first score of the ball game. And then, of course, San Diego was able to respond. But I like the intensity from the Wranglers, and they didn't let their foot off the gas. There you see a magnificent dime there from Josh Jones right into the breadbasket. And some of these wide receivers really coming up big today for the Wranglers, including Gene Coleman right there.
Yeah, PG, Gene was your pick to click today, like Axel Perez was my pick to click as well. So Gene come in, we see Josh Jones get another rushing touchdown for him, but Gene, number 9, coming up huge this afternoon so far.
Yeah, he was a late pickup for us, I believe, after week 2 or 3 of the season. Slowly integrated him into the offense. Got a little bit of run last week against Tucson. And then this week, he's kind of in that starting rotation of receivers and utility guys. Came up big with that big touchdown, and then another huge pass completion downfield to set up Josh for his rushing touchdown to put us up for a point before San Diego just scored. So the offense is clicking. The defense just needs to clean up a couple things, but they're right there with one of the best teams in the league.
Once a Wrangler, always a Wrangler. It's great for us to see Dropkick Mangan back in the IFL. Got to see his first bit of action today with the San Diego Strike Force, but unfortunately for him, 3 missed drop kicks there in that first half, and the Wranglers the beneficiaries of those misses, Ed.
But, of course, he would have to hit the last one, right? The last drop kick to give them a 7-point lead. Oh, I'm so happy for Connor. What a great young man. To see him, when they announced him, I was like, oh, Connor's on San Diego? That's great. It's of course, he's on the opposition, but I'm so happy for him because, JP, you and I, we built a relationship with Connor last season with him, and it was great to speak with his mother last season when we broadcasted from Footprint Center against the Rattlers game. But back to this game, physicality. San Diego's defense, we know Jason Simpson would let the dogs loose on Josh Jones, and they have not let up on him as far as the pressure is concerned, but Josh has handled it well, PG, I would think so far, considering that Jaquan Artis and Sherrod Williams and others are coming after him every single play.
Yeah, our O-line has held up really well. There's been a couple of times where, the defensive blitz is just too hard to manage everybody, and that's where Josh has had to scramble a little bit and look downfield. But they've been playing really solid with that defense. Yeah, they're coming at Josh. The experience that, their defensive coordinator had with Northern Arizona, he might have picked up a couple of things from this offense just in general from his time here. But, yeah, it's just been a back-and-forth game, and I'm really excited to see how this game ends.
You guys mentioned the physicality. Our Wranglers defense also bringing the physicality as well, and even a little bit of friendly fire there at the end of the first half as Tremont Lofton was screaming down the line of scrimmage there and ended up catching a shoulder into Shannon Reed, so we'll have to keep our eye on him throughout the second half. But the physicality is top level this afternoon in San Diego, California.
Yeah, I think that Tremont was clearly looking for Nate Davis. He did not see his brother right there, number 21. Otherwise, I don't think he would have hit him like a Mack truck. But Tremont was going after Nate, and just unfortunately, 2-1 was the beneficiary of a side shot, but I expect to see more fireworks in the second half. The defense is going to have to come out really strong, Parker, because San Diego's getting the ball in the second half, and Nate Davis is feeling it right now with what he's been able to do against this defense. So I want to see the secondary play much better than they did in the first half, because they got burned quite a few times on some long plays.
Yeah, let's hope Shannon Reed will still be able to play. You know, he looked a little banged up from that hit by Tremont, which is, of course, was unintentional. I'm sure we can all agree with that. But he looked a little woozy heading off the field, and we hope he's all good. But yeah, the defensive backs, Gervin's had a couple of deflections. Kevin Hyde was slow on one pass attempt, and that ended up being a San Diego touchdown. But if they can clean up those few things and make sure that, you know, the false starts don't happen as much, there's going to be a great amount of things they can do to slow down the San Diego offense.
And we're looking forward to a much more of those big-time offensive plays. You guys mentioned, specifically you, Parker, your pick to click in the first half was going to be Gene Coleman, and he's come out here and had himself a whale of a first half so far for the Wranglers.
Yeah, like I said a couple of minutes ago, he slowly has been integrated into this offense, being a late pickup in the season, but he's showing that what type of athlete he is for this team and how much the offense grows when you add a player like him and Kobe White. Kobe had a couple of pass completions, took a tumble over the wall too. I saw on that missed pass by Josh, but you know they're using everybody. John's been able to catch some. RZ's been a little bit going in the running game. It's been an all-around good performance. Defense, again, like we've talked about a couple of times already, just got to make those few mistakes, not so many, and this game's going to be just as close.
Yeah, Shane, great game. Too close, though. You're absolutely right. But I second your thought on Kobe, PG. Him and Josh worked into a good rhythm in that first quarter, and he's tough. Like you said, he slammed into those boards. He slammed into the board again on one of the other catches later on in the first half. But Kobe is tough, number 5, but I don't want him to take that many more shots. As we know, the boards are undefeated, so I don't want to see Kobe get slammed into the boards that many more times. I want to see him get clean catches and get into the end zone. But I love the tenaciousness and the toughness of Kobe White.
Absolutely right. I think all three of us grimaced when we saw that play about folded number 5 in half there against the wall during that first half. But the toughness on display as well, as a lot of these IFL guys have to have playing in this league, knowing that, as we know, that wall is currently still undefeated. We'll take a short commercial timeout and return for more of the halftime show right here on the Northern Arizona Wranglers YouTube channel. Stay with us. 31-24, the Strike Force on top of the Wranglers at the half.
He's here. Anyone want a Coors Light? Light? Oh my.
Oh, shoot, I forgot to play the song.
Thanks, LL Cool J.
I got a guy who can fix this.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Simon, founder and CEO of Simon Med, and founder also of Simon One. I just wanted to talk to you briefly about the process for Simon One. It is super easy. You either call or chat online to schedule. When you arrive, you can just check in on your phone. The examination generally takes about 30 minutes. It can be as short as 15 minutes. Sometimes it's a little bit longer. It's non-invasive, no needles, no preps. When you're done with your exam, you can expect the results to be done in about 24 to 48 hours. You can expect a video chat to be set up to review your results within about a week. Super easy.
(31-24), the San Diego Strike Force on top of your Northern Arizona Wranglers as we welcome you back here on the halftime show. Gentlemen, what is your message if you're Coach Moss to the team at the half here, only trailing by 7 to a pretty good San Diego Strike Force team?
For me, it would be get after Nate Davis. You've got to get pressure on him and tighten up that back end. Get that pressure on from the front four. Get at Nate Davis, because if not, he will pick you apart all day long. Tighten up that back end, and on offense, continue to do what you do. Block, allow Josh Jones to do what he needs to do. Offensive line, stay strong, and let Josh distribute the ball to all of his weapons.
Yeah, for me, I think defensively, it's, they're without their two top receivers. So like, let's lock up, what they have going. Let's let Nate Davis kind of move around, do his thing, but don't let his receivers get open. And let's stop giving up so many costly penalties. That's one of the things that hurt them, was able to help San Diego score most of their points, that we gave up so many penalties that they were able to move closer and closer to the field. And for offense, like, just keep staying in this rhythm. Let's get all the guys involved, protect Josh at all costs. But yeah, let's keep catching the football and score some more points.
For me, it might be Coach Mosley delivering the message there, as the offensive line has let maybe a little bit too much run through there, as they've been pressuring Josh Jones throughout the entire first half. So they got to shore up that communication up front on the offensive line and keep him a little bit more clean and allow him to make a few more plays down the football field. We should expect an exciting second half here. Any final thoughts, gentlemen, as we get ready to for second half between the Wranglers and the Strike Force?
Let's see what adjustments were made at halftime for Northern Arizona and if it actually sticks.
Let's go get the dub. I don't know. Let's go win. I don't know. Stay undefeated on the road. I mean, let's make this win streak about 5 games now.
We encourage you to get back over to the IFL Digital Network and enjoy Mr. Steve Quiss on the call of the second half, and make your way right back here for the postgame show. We'll hope to catch up with a Wrangler in that postgame show. For now, it's 31-24 Strike Force over the Wranglers. Let's rally and get this dub here in the second half. Everybody enjoy the second half of football, and we'll talk to you again in 30 more game minutes. Go Wranglers.
Go Wranglers.